All right, excuse my voice. I might be a little bit sick right now. I'm guinea pigs in the background making a little bit of noise. But if you saw the video, you know what we're talking about. Great gods in the Bible and why they were real. Quotation mark on gods. But mostly when we're talking about Poseidon. Poseidon will be the topic of this video. We're going to start in Genesis. I'm going to bring up to you guys Genesis 1 through 4. 1 through 4. 1 through 4. 1 through 4. I'm going to start at 2 though. That the sons of God saw daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took wives of all they chose. Who are the sons of God? Angels. And let's bring us back to the start. 1/3 of the stars being angels, were set down to earth by the dragon, which is the devil, as we know. So we're going to keep going. And what did they do? We're going to go back to chapter 6, verse 2. The sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all they choose. Now they bred with the woman, human woman. And what did that make? Anakim, which are giants. And also Nephilim. Nephilim is just angel and divine, doesn't mean just human. And if you think it's just human, I got something for you after that. So we're going to read verse 4. There were giants in this earth. And also after that, the Son of God came into the daughters of women, and they bare children to them. The same became mighty men, which were of old, and men of renown. We're going to go to 5 a little bit right now. We're just going to bleed into 5. And God saw the wickedness of the man was great in earth, that every imagination of thought of his heart was only evil continually. Okay. Now we're going to go to another crucial part of this. Like I said before, the Nephilim thing, that it's not only human and God. So this is really connected to the Poseidon part, if you see where I'm going with it. Jude chapter 1, verse 7, and to verse 6. Well, verse 6 and verse 7, you know what I'm talking about. And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains, under the darkness, under the judgment of the great day. And then we go to 7 right now. Jude chapter 1, verse 7. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them, like in a manner, giving themselves over to fornication and going after strange flesh. Now we're going to really look at strange flesh right now. Strange flesh. Let's look in Genesis. What they talk about? Chapter 6, verse 2. That the sons of God saw the daughters of men, and that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. So where they say daughters of men, they clarified that here. We're going to go back to Jude. Chapter 1, verse 7. And going after strange flesh. And they're talking about the angels here, because we see verse 6. And angels, which not get their first sight, they're still talking about the angels. They went after strange flesh. Now, you see what I'm cooking with for strange flesh obviously aren't humans. This could mean animals. It most likely means animals. It definitely means animals. So, we're going to Genesis right now. We're going to go to the flood. Genesis chapter 6, verse 9. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was just a man perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. What does perfect in generation means? We know the angels came down. They corrupted a bunch of generations, because this, if you didn't know why they corrupted it, this is a plan to not bring the coming of Jesus. If they corrupt everyone on earth and make them part divine divinity, there can't be any Jesus, because they'll all be corrupted with the fallen angel genes. So we're going to go to what I just said. Noah was just a man, perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. Perfect in his generations means his generation line, his ancestry, stuff like that, they were pure, not corrupt. Now, as we know, the flood came after that, because God saw it was corrupt. And this is where we're going to go to this part right now. The flood came. And we're going to go back to Jude 1:7. I'm about to cook. Jude 1:7. The strange flesh, animals. So we know the flood took out every animal on land. But it also says a Nephilim bred with strange flesh. This could be sea life, marine life, like that. Think of marine life. And when we look at pictures of Poseidon, I don't know, like cartoon thing like this, he usually has the bottom half of, depending on what you're looking at. either waves, you get the bottom half of the waves, or like an octopus or something like that, some sea animal. Some even has a whale in cartoons. So we know the flood took out land life, but what about marine life that's already there? Strange flesh bred with marine life. This is what I mean by Poseidon. If you see what I'm going over here. The strange flesh angels could have bred with marine life. Created, as we know, Poseidon. Through Neph being a Nephilim. And we can even go a little bit further. This is the reach. But let me find it. Mark 4, chapter 4:39. Jesus got up and rebuked the wind and the sea. Silence, he commanded. Be still. And the wind died down. It was perfectly calm. Now that might not sound weird to you, but what does Poseidon do? He's the god of the sea. He controlled the waves. Now, why would he have to rebuke the waves to do this? Why do you have to threaten the waves to do this? Doesn't it sound weird to you? Wouldn't the waves just be calm in God's presence? We know God created the earth, the sea, and all that. Unless the waves were corrupt by something. Or taken control by something. Falsely in control. Not like it has full control, but God always is in control. So we go back to Poseidon. What does Poseidon do? He controls the waves, controls the seas, controls anything ocean related. That one's a bit of a reach, but when you look into it more, it's like, come on, he has authority over these fallen angels. They know that he has authority over them. All right, well, that wraps up the video. Hope you guys got something out of it.